It is Tuesday. It is officially launch day for MLB The Show 26. And I thought for a good first video of the year, one of the very first things that I could do for you guys is show you guys the very same hitting tips that I used to start raking as of last year. We're going to be going through all the PCI reticles, all the different fielding, not fielding, but depth of field settings I use, the PCI sensitivity, the exact peripherals on my controller that I use, and everything of that sort. We are going to get you guys hitting so much better for this year and possibly to World Series. Hopefully you find this video helpful. Hopefully you guys like it. Like and comment down below. Hit subscribe if you'd like. And without further ado, let's get into these hitting tips. Right. First thing we're going to do is we're going to back out here and we're going to go up to the settings and we're going to go to user settings. And we're only going to focus on the hitting settings for this video. So what you're always going to do is the first thing you're going to do is you're always going to have it set to zone. Zone is going to give you the most coverage inside of the strike zone and to get your perfect, to get the most home runs and to get the most coverage on the ball. They have this new fixed zone hitting. I tried it out. I'm not going to lie. I am not a fan of it. It might be a fan favorite for other people, but it is not for me. The PCI moves too slow for that. Even if you have it up higher, there's a slight lag on it, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't really find it usable. Some people might, but I don't. So we're gonna go with zone hitting. For my sensitivity, one thing I noticed earlier when I was playing is that for online play, when you're playing against other people, you're gonna want your PCI sensitivity to be higher than you are for offline because of the pitch variation and people dotting on the corners. So this is where I keep it for offline play, and then when I'm going to go online against somebody, I turn it up all the way. But you can put it wherever you feel comfortable, play around with it, see where you'd like. Now, most top players, myself included, don't use the outside reticles. They use only the inside ones. I prefer the bat because whenever your PCI gets smaller or whenever it changes based on a person's visibility or anything like that, the bat more or less stays the same, so you don't really have to run into any issues there. I prefer the black color. The color is really whatever's up to you. The opacity, I bring it down quite a bit just so the fact that I can see where the ball is coming when it's coming down the line. So it helps to see it pass through, and it helps the PCI to not be in the way. Anchoring, if you have trouble hitting a certain part of the plate, like down low or up high or in the corner or anything like that, I recommend using the PCI anchor. People normally recommend that you don't use it, but I recommend that you do because when you use your PCI anchor, it gives your thumb that extra second if you're not really prepared to go to that part of the plate, which some people's reaction time is off. We don't all have cat-like reflexes. So if that's something you're concerned about, that is something you could do. I used to do top center as I had trouble with up high fastballs. So that's what was helping me with that. And the rest of those settings you really don't need. For the camera, I always put it on strike zone or strike zone high because that is going to get you the best view of the ball as it's coming out of the pitcher's hand and coming towards you to get your hit. The new depth of field is something that is very, very, very good that I think that they have added. It blurs the complete background behind the pitcher, so the only thing that you're seeing is the pitcher, the ball, and where you need to hit. It definitely adds some advantage, in my opinion, to the distracting stuff that you can see around certain fields as you're playing, or if the sun's in your eyes or something like that. So those are my hitting settings, and what you're going to do is you're going to apply them, and then you're going to back out, you're going to come down here, and you're going to go to custom practice. Now what I do is I go find the legends. What I normally do is I fight against the groundbreakers because I usually would use Bob Gibson for my batting practice pitcher. And I go to the beast because one swing I love is Derek Jeter, and usually he's on the beast. So that's who I use for my batting practice. We're going to load this up here. All right. Now, one thing I do need to mention before we get into this is that there is a peripheral on my controller that I need to share with you guys, and that is the Control Freaks and Precision Rings. They are by Control Freak. What they are is it is a precision thumbstick. You have a high-rise one, or a mid-rise as they call it, and you have a short one. The short one I use on my thumbstick for hitting, so my thumb isn't as high, and the purple thing around it is a precision ring. You can get these with them. It's a little foam disc that goes around your analog stick, and it basically adds retention to your PCI movement, so you're not slamming it or throwing it way off or anything like that. And the mid-rise stick I use to fine-tune my pinpoints. I was not using that before, but I recently have started using that. If you go to controlfreak.com, you can get, I'm not sponsored by them, but I do recommend them. You can get any ones. I know the ones from your friend Kyle, shout out, just came out. Everyone's using those ones, so you can use those ones or any of the other ones that are out. I know that Little Man 17 has a precision sports kit as well, so I know that you can use that one. But those mixed with the PCI sensitivity are, in my opinion, a must for this year. People complain that you don't really need them because of the sensitivity. I feel like they're still needed, but everyone's opinion might be different. But we're going to practice a little bit with these settings. All right, so we're going to switch it to batting practice. Like I said, I use my pitcher as, where's he at? Bob Gibson. And what I like to do, because of the course that you have to fight against, you have to learn to adjust to the fastballs and not the breaking balls. The breaking balls are sort of the easier thing in this game. What I will do is I have him throw all strikes. And I start off with my fastballs. And then what I will do is once I get a knack for the fastballs, I will add in my breaking balls and adjust. You always want to take a couple pitches, get your feel for the location and how fast they're throwing it before you start swinging. And you see my timing was there, but my location wasn't. I made contact, so we just need to make little movements. So you make little movements, and eventually you will adjust, and you'll start raking home runs. As you see, our contact gets more and more each time. We just completely missed that one. There we go. See, it was a foul, but solid contact, as you see. If you can get yourself making these small, tiny fragments and movements, then your timing is what you'll have to worry about, and you will have a much better time at the plate. It'll be much less of a headache for you. There we go. And that's what I'm talking about. And then after that, you can add in your different pitches, your breaking balls, whatever else that you have trouble with. And I would put them to the locations where you have your most trouble. Like when I first started out, I was having trouble with fastballs inside. So I would start them here. I would work the pitch over here and then adjust to the rest of the plate. Well, that's gonna do it. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I can't talk today. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. The link to my Discord, my TikTok, and my Twitch are in the description below as well. And we are live now every Monday and Friday. Come hang out. Come check us out. Come catch the vibes and come hit some baseballs with us. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.